Good morning, children, and welcome to all of your online classes. Dear students, we are discussing about second chapter of Snapshots book, and the name of chapter is the address. This particular lesson, the address, has been written by one of the Dutch writer, or her name is Marga Minko, who was born on 31st March 1920. Or she worked as a journalist and writer. Her first book, published in 1957, the name of book is The Bitter Herb, in which a nameless character goes through war experiences. Dear students, in previous video I told you the summary of whole chapter, and today I will teach you and tell you the explanation of this lesson line by line. Dear students, this short story is a poignant account of a daughter. It is a touching story of a daughter who goes in search of her mother's belonging after the war of independence in Holland. Or when she finds, dear students, the objects, her memories revived up of her early life, and finally, dear students, she decides to leave those belongings, and she decides to not take the things, and she returned empty-handed. So this story is about a daughter. How she goes to that specific address, or what was the treatment given by that owner of the flat, Mrs. Dorling, we have to discuss in this lesson. Dear students, the narrator, the daughter, the girl was very much surprised to see the reaction of that lady, who assured her mother to keep all the things in good condition and to return the things after the war. But how her behavior was changed after the war, when the writer visited at her residence to take her things back, how her behavior and intention was changed. We have to discuss in this lesson. Understood? We have to discuss that how a person's behavior is changed with the change of time. The same thing was with Mrs. Dorling. How a person can become selfish, greedy. How the intention of that lady, Mrs. Dorling, was changed, we have to discuss in this lesson. Okay, let us start. Do you still know me? I asked. Writer, narrator of the story, the daughter, of Mrs. Yes. She decided to go on that address, Marconi Street, house number 46, which was told by her mother. Or when she reached there, she knocked the door, or she asked the lady, Mrs. Dorling, do you still know me? I asked. The woman looked at me searchingly. As she was searching something, in such a way she looked to the writer. Means she did not want to recognize the writer. She had opened the door a chink, narrow opening. Not widely she opened the door, because she was thinking if she will open the door widely, the narrator may get entry inside the house. What happened? No, I don't know you. Here the narrator, the girl, after the war, she reached at Marconi Street, house number 46, to collect her things, and she asked the lady whether she was knowing her or not. The lady responded negatively, and she said that she did not know her, that girl, that daughter of Mrs. Yes. She again told the name of her mother, that she was the daughter of Mrs. Yes. Yes means, Mrs. Yes means the mother of that girl who went to collect her things, who went to collect her mother's belongings. She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further. Or she was standing in the middle of the door, middle of the gate. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. Though she was actually really recognizing the writer, and she was knowing that the girl, the daughter, the narrator was the daughter of Mrs. Yes, and she came to collect her mother's belongings. But see the intention, this selfishness, greedy nature of Mrs. Dorling, that she refused to recognize. Writer was staring, writer was looking continuously towards her. Or she was thinking, the narrator was thinking, perhaps she has mistaken. She thought that the lady who was standing in front of her was not Mrs. Dorling. She knocked any wrong door. She reached any wrong address. But dear students, I want to tell you that one thing made her sure that she was at the right address. She was at the right place, or she was talking to the right person. How she became sure? She saw that narrator saw that the lady was wearing her mother's green knitted cardigan. The lady who was not ready to recognize the narrator, and standing in the middle of the gate, so that she could not get entry. That lady was wearing that green knitted cardigan, or that was our narrator's mother. One more sign she found, कि the wooden buttons were rather pale yellowish, colorless, due from washing, as that cardigan was washed many times. Due to that, the buttons became colorless. So two things were sufficient to make sure the right narrator that she was on the right address. She has not mistaken. One, that green knitted cardigan, or second, that faded button. But the lady, Mrs. Dorling, was not ready to accept her, was not ready to recognize her. The greedy lady, selfish lady, changed her intention with the change of time. But writer once again wanted to remind her that she was knowing her mother very well, Mrs. Yes, mother of narrator. Or she wanted to again remind her, tell her, but the lady was not ready to accept. She was not ready to accept this truth, that the girl was the daughter of Mrs. Yes, and she came to collect her mother's belonging, because she did not want to return those things. So the writer became hopeless. Writer knew the intention of that lady, Mrs. Dorling, that she will not give the things back. She will not return the things. So finally she left that place. And she reached to the station. I have come here especially on train. I wanted to talk to you for a moment. Even she reminded, कि madam, I came from a long distance after covering many kilometers distance by train, and wanted to talk to you for a moment, only for some time. Please allow me to come in to talk to you. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. What was the reply of the woman? She said that for her, that time, that place was not convenient, suitable. I can't see you, the lady replied. Or she even warned her that she will not show her face, narrator will not show her face again. She nodded cautiously. She nodded her head, and cautiously she closed the door, as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. See, the narrator is telling each and every activity of that cunning, clever lady, selfish lady. She cautiously closed the door. Writer was still standing on the steps. The curtain in front of the front window moved. writer observed that someone was observing her from inside the house. Understood? I looked. Writer decided to look the name plate, that address. Or the address was house number 46 Marconi Street, which was told by her mother. A writer became hopeless, I have told you. After knowing the intention of that lady, slowly, she walked back to the station. And she was thinking about her mother. She was remembering and thinking about that address which was told by her mothers before, many years before the war. She was thinking that how 2 times she visited the house of narrator, how she assured her mother that she will keep all the things in good condition, and after the war, when the situation will be normal, she will return the things. My mother was surprised I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told about Mrs. Dorling. I had never heard, but apparently she was an old acquaintance. That lady, Mrs. Dorling, was old familiar friend of narrator's mother. Understood? Of her last many years, narrator had not seen. Or after war, she decided to go there and decided to collect her mother's belongings. Many times Mrs. Dorling came to the house of narrator in absence of her, or twice she saw. Twice she caught that lady taking her household things, precious things, antique, old and valuable items of her house, cutleries and many precious items to her house, and she assured that she will give the things after the war. But she changed her intention. Here is given, she wanted to save all my nice things. If we have to leave here, all we lose everything. Or she said that if the things will be at the house of narrator during war, so they will be finished. So to keep them safe, she took the things to her house. Have you agreed with her? She should keep everything? Narrator asked her mother. Mother said, it would be simply an insult like that. My mother seemed to notice that the narrator was not entirely convinced. She looked at me reprovingly, in a rebuking manner. Mother, or after she spoke no more about it, means mother wanted to tell the writer at that time she should not make any doubt in her mind regarding Mrs. Dorling. In her eyes, she was a good lady. But how the good lady became selfish, greedy with the passage of time, see in this story. Meanwhile, the narrator arrived at the station without having paid much attention to the things on the way. Or she was walking familiar places again for first time since the war, but she did not want to go further than was necessary. Writer was very much upset to see this change. Or writer saw Mrs. Dorling. Mrs. Dorling met her in train, but she was behaving as she was not aware about the narrator. Finally, dear students, or even the narrator's mother, at the second time when she was taking the things to her house, narrator's mother introduced narrator with that lady, Mrs. Dorling. "There is my daughter," said my mother. "She beckoned to me," to signaling the writer. Narrator's mother introduced narrator with that lady, that she was the daughter. But after that, she was not recognizing after the war. The woman nodded and picked up the suitcase. Second time when she was taking the suitcase, that heavy suitcase full of all antiques, she was carrying the things, she was carrying that heavy suitcase. She wore a brown coat and a shapeless hat. Writer is just remembering all these things. Our mother said the address Marconi Street, house number 46. Writer is remembering all these things. Our narrator waited till the liberation, when the country became free, independent. After that, she decided to go there to collect all the things, all the antiques, all the valuable items. Here is given which belonged to her mother, which were hidden away in cupboard boxes, waiting in vain until they were put back in their places again. What happened, dear students? But here is given ki after writer was thinking all these things. So this was the first visit of narrator to the house of Mrs. Dorling. Or we discussed what was the response and reaction of Mrs. Dorling. Even she remembered that how cunningly and cleverly she took the things from her house, from her mother Mrs. Yas during war, and how she changed her behavior after war when situation became normal. We will discuss in the next video, dear students, ki how the writer got opportunity to go inside the house of Mrs. Dorling in her second visit, how she saw the condition of antiques and valuable items and cutleries and all things which were in the house of Mrs. Dorling, how she left the intention of taking the things back. We will discuss in the next video. Thank you, dear students.